Hello! We are now about to take on one of my favorite fights in this entire game, and definitely my favorite fight of Eden so far. Eden VIII. We're taking on Shiva, the last of the primals that we have yet to play the remix version of. This one, however, is a little different. It's, as I said, one of my favorite fights, though it has been a few weeks since I've played it, so I might be a little rusty, but I'm far more familiar with this fight than the previous three.
Upon the power of Shiva.
So now we see Irene making a very bad decision. She seems to think she can channel the power of Shiva and use it as she wills. Sadly, that's not going to be the case. For the record, I want that outfit for Violet.
You've got to stop her!
Alright, here we go. We got 3 summoners in this fight. This is going to be fun. Alright. What I'm waiting for is for her to use a move called Redress. When Redress finishes casting, I want to turn around. And wait till she flashes, otherwise you'll get stunned. She's then going to follow up with Axe Kick or Scythe Kick. Axe Kick means move away, Scythe Kick means move in. Redress, when she changes from light form back into ice form, you don't have to worry about looking away from her. But you do have to worry about the fact that she's going to ice the arena. She's then going to cast either a cone or a 360 or a 270-degree wedge. So you just want to get out of whatever she fires at you. Keep in mind which one she used. This is going to actually determine a mechanic she's going to do later on. Alright, Diamond Frost is kind of almost a little mini phase that we're going to have to deal with. She's going to ice certain parts of the arena, then she's going to mark some people with circle AoEs and some people with spread AoEs. Get spread out. If you get marked by one of those little arrow thingies, some AoE markers are going to follow you. So bait them away from the party best you can. She's then going to use Heavenly Strike, which is a knockback, so position yourself accordingly. She's then going to cast a move called Mirror Mirror. She's going to summon 2 mirrors in this case. Then she's going to use the opposite attack than the one she already used. So she's going to do that. When she does that... Oh, sorry, I didn't do the right one. So, yeah. When she does the 270, you need to get on the opposite side of the mirrors. When she does the cone, you need to get... look away. She's redressing. The light. Not polite to look at a young lady when she's changing clothes. Scythe Kick means move in, there we go. When she does the cone, you need to get in between the mirrors. When she does the 270 degree, you need to get opposite the mirrors. Alright, we are now moving into the ad phase.
Tranquility must be restored to the land.
So now, the fun part. We need to kill ads and break tethers. Above all, we don't want them to reach the crystal. If you ever see an ad tether, you want to stand in the tether. Above all, you don't want things to hit the crystal, and above all, you don't want them to hit 100. If the meter doesn't get to 100, you'll live through it. If the meter doesn't get anything on it, you get a damage boost at the beginning of the next phase. Fortunately, we survive, move on to the next phase. She starts in light form. Alright, now watch the top of her head when she starts casting Holy. She has 1, so you need to obey and stay and get far away from her. If you see 4 orbs above her head, she's actually going to split that attack into 4 and put it on 4 corners of the arena, so you actually need to get into the middle. So watch the number of orbs on her head, and you'll know whether to actually obey the shockwave and get away, or get into the middle. White Rampant, she's going to give circles that need to have a certain number of players in them. She will also mark certain people and fire cones at them. If you're marked, don't be anywhere near the circles. Bait them away from the circles. If you're not marked, get into the circles. The first circles require 1, the second circles require 2, the last circle requires 4. We've gotten out of that. I'm aware that the Savage version of that mechanic is an absolute nightmare. Mirror, mirror. She now has 4 mirrors to worry about. Axe kick means get away. Now all 4 mirrors are going to do axe kick, so you need to get into the middle to avoid them. If she had done scythe kick, you would need to get into her hitbox and then get next to one of the mirrors. Redress, she's going into ice form, so get behind her. And she's going to ice the arena. Then now she's going to do both the cone and the 270 in order. So cone first. Once it resolves, take care of the 270, and you successfully dodge both attacks. Res the healer, or the tank rather. And now, we're just going to see these mechanics repeated until she gets down to about 10% or so. At which point, she's going to basically just start spamming. Okay, mirror, mirror. So we're going to see 2 mirrors. She's either going to do the cone or the 270. She does the cone, so I need to get between the mirrors. Eventually, when you get her down low enough, I think to about 10% or so, she will break up whatever pattern she's doing, and she will start going into... She'll basically just start spamming her room wide. Redress. And she's going into light, so look away. Flash, turn around. Oh yeah. That's man. She actually did both of them. I forgot. I was far enough away that I was completely out of range of the scythe kick, but you should have gone in then out for that one. Holy multiple orbs, so get into the middle. Honestly, I'm concerned about the amount of DPS we're having. Most of the time, we have phase pushed by now. Alright, so now she's going to just keep spamming absolute zero until she's down to 0.1%. Note that if she was in ice form when you phase push, she'll actually redress into light form and then start spamming absolute zero. So watch for the redress. And note that even after the redress and after she does the stun attack, then she'll, instead of doing an axe kick or a scythe kick, she'll immediately start spamming absolute zero until you get her down to 0.1%. Healers need to make sure to keep everybody top off and alive at this point. Alright, now we get a little cutscene.
Such power. I can't.
So, yeah, we're all doomed, right? Nope, here comes Gaia.
Too much for her to bear. She won't last much longer. Nothing fixed. Power of darkness, answer my call.
I really don't want to go into the lore of the story at this point, but Gaia's an important character in the Eden story. We'll leave it at that for now. I have a feeling she's going to be more important in the last 4 phases. But as those haven't been released yet, we don't know. This last section is just a simple, plain old-fashioned DPS check. We gotta take down that. We gotta take down that big old chunk of ice before we all die, basically.
Not on my future. Our future.
Fortunately, your limit break gauge actually fills up at this point, so if a melee fighter should use a limit break at this point, and really, in reality, it's not that difficult of a DPS check. Even with even with a little slower DPS than I'm accustomed to in this fight, we still manage to clear it soundly. So there's E8, one of the best fights in the game. And I am caught up on Eden with Violet. When the next 4 phases release around the time of patch 5.4, and only God and Yoshi P know when that's going to be, probably sometime this fall, I'll be playing them on my main, learning the fights, and then I'll probably record them with Violet, because this was a lot of fun playing all these again. So, now it's back to the main series, and until then, have a wonderful day, and I hope you've enjoyed the Eden fights so far.